I don't need a preacher. I mean, maybe for my family.
Just stand up, or you want them to roast you?
No, I don't want other people talking. No, I want no other people talk. I want a video of me, a hologram of me.
Like Andy Kaufman after his death, he just plays that video at the theater.
I want it to be a ticketed event, a 2-drink minimum for my funeral. Okay.
Let's be honest, it's you. It's 3.
Let's do 3. Let's do 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah.
Shots.
It's a party.
Shots. Yeah.
It's a party. Like
it'll be the first funeral to hear shots being and chug.
Yeah.
Have a keg.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
That's what I want at my funeral. So, I mean, I'm not in a hurry to get there.
Yeah.
But when that time comes,
apparently I am.
It's gonna be me doing like 45 minutes of stand up. That's the funeral.
45 minutes of stand-up.
45 minutes. Yeah. Tight 45.
Tight 45.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want it to be like, because I'm headlining my funeral, obviously.
Before you die at 47. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Hey, I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
Welcome to Unloading Meat. Yeah, a show with meat in the name, hosted by a guy named Jared. I just figured, I'd get it right out of the way and be direct about it, after Subway. Eat fresh, kids. Eat fresh. I'm Jared Ralphie Allen, and my guest today is someone that I've highly respected ever since I did a show with her last year at the Go Theater. When I did this show, she was the headliner, and I honestly have to say, I was just amazed at her timing, her wit, and she was just genuinely making everybody just laugh their asses off. And I'm so excited to finally have you on this couch because I've been wanting to get you here for almost a year now.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Shawna Blake. You're on!
Oh, my God. I'm here. Look at all my fans.
Yeah.
They showed up for me. I love it. They're they're hanging upside down.
And just like my ex-mother-in-law, they're mostly plastic. Magic editing. I'm a genius.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and I'm 10 pounds lighter.
You're just going with 10? You're just going 10? Like, you're like, I could do anything. I'm going 10.
I re-edited this and put it in 4:3 aspect ratio. It's like the Snyder cut.
I'd like to be 75 pounds lighter. Please, thank you, in the editing room.
Well, if the diabetes takes my other leg.
Fingers crossed.
Not my legs, though. One's gone.
It's all you'll be able to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
No, you don't.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. We haven't been talking for, 20 minutes off camera.
No. Why would we? Why would we do that?
Yeah,
that would be insane.
Yeah. It's not like we're comics and we're kind of friendly and,
No, I've never talked to anyone ever in my life unless I assumed it was going to be recorded for posterity purposes. I'm like, what? You think I'm wasting this?
Usually they don't give me the opportunity to talk because there's a dick in my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. This time consensually.
Congratulations. What's that?
This time consensually.
Consensually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thumbs up for consensual.
Wait till you see my ending.
That's what I always say. Thumbs up.
Well, you have to give them you have to ask if you want them to use the thumb first. Don't you know that yet?
Oh no, I don't ever ask.
Oh, you're one of them.
I'm thumbs down.
Thumbs down, bottoms up.
Bottoms, tops. I don't know the terminology.
I'm more of a side.
And a side.
Yeah.
Side piece.
Yeah. No, there's side now. Have you not heard about that?
No, there's a side.
Grindr added a new thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an actual term. I'm sure you're familiar with the top and the bottom.
Familiar? Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm aware of.
Aware of it.
I'm aware of it. Yeah. Oh my. What kind of podcast is this?
Oh, what did you sign up for? You should have known by the neighborhood. There's a lot of Trump flags outside.
That's true. I mean, I didn't pay that close attention. I just shut my eyes while I drive anywhere places so I don't see things
probably
like
not
that.
the best idea.
Well, you don't want to take in that negativity. You know?
I see all these red and blue lights flashing behind me. And I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't want that. That's not for me. Okay.
Yeah, fake news.
You just keep going. Yeah, just keep going. What are they gonna do?
Shit out your tires.
Oh God. Okay. Well, good luck to you. My car is kind of a crap car anyway. Like, shoot it. Shoot at it. Like, I don't know. It's fine. Okay, so there's a side.
Okay, yes.
There's a top and a bottom.
So side is somebody that it does not identify as the top or bottom. They're just into basically like oral play.
Okay.
They're just like, yeah, I'm not
Okay.
gonna bottom or top. I don't really do that. I just want to get my, get my rocks off and go.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like
Interesting.
that. They're more just like the pleaser kind of thing, or just like wanting
Yeah.
to be like the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's an
I
actual
could
demographic of
respect
people now.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A side, a top and a bottom and a side.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
See, when I say like an aside, I'm thinking or over here talking about something else.
Yeah.
But that's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a different thing entirely.
Yeah. There's an actual thing. It's like, I'm a side. It's like,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I want to be inside.
Yeah. But they're like, no,
no.
you will not be. Wow.
And you could become the person they'll remember all their lives. Little tiny people would admire you, and you'd get many, many pencils. And this time, you get the big desk.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good I learned something today.
You did.
I've learned information.
Oh, wrong one. That was the wrong one too, but we'll go with it. It worked.
It's fine. That's a good sound.
That's my
for
favorite sound
learning.
effect.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps going. It's just like you can't help but laugh.
That is fun. That is fun.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
keeps going.
That's good.
Yeah, it goes on for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I play whenever I, am early. Distraction.
Yeah.
Jared cast
perfect.
distraction. It's super effective.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
now go clean up. Welcome to the show.
thank
With
you.
a show like Unloading Meat. What
Is
did you think
this
we're going
the show? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. This is not a casting couch or anything like that.
Well, it seems like people have already been cast. They've already been cast, and they're here.
The things Stewie has seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, this taco seemed comforting to me, but now it seems different. I don't know. So I didn't bring any meat. Was I supposed to?
No.
Okay. So I didn't know.
I mean, not even a Slim Jim or anything?
No,
What the fuck?
I was thinking like, what if I got here and just had like a trunk full of meats? Like, I'm like, I brought the meats to unload. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, what if I did? But then I was like, I don't really want to go buy pounds and pounds and pounds of meat.
Yeah.
So I didn't, but I just want you to know I thought I needed to.
Well, the thought was there.
Just thought maybe I should bring meat to unload.
I have like on some of the specials I do, like I did like a holiday bash and stuff like that. We did like a cookout, and I did like I grilled out a whole bunch of steaks and pork
Yeah.
steaks, stuff like that. And we had meat on a cookout, and then we did
That's
the
fun.
podcast.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to do that like every couple of months. Do like a
Yeah.
it was really fun. I had like 4 people here. We did like a 4-person podcast.
That's fun.
And we just had a barbecue beforehand, smoked, had
Yeah.
some drinks, and just did a
Nice.
4-hour, a couple-hour podcast.
Yeah.
It was fun. And we're back.
And we're back. Did we ever leave? I don't know.
No.
It's hard to say.
It's like a casino in here. There's no clocks.
Oh, God. Yeah. There's no windows. There's no clocks.
Yeah, we keep you here from the windows to the wall.
Perfect.
The sweat drips down my... No,
No,
we're not going to do that.
we're not going to be here that long.
I hope not. It's not that hot.
That's true. It's a mild temperature.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we are struggling for things to talk about if I said it's a mild temperature out loud into a microphone? Do you feel like we've hit a wall? Do you feel like we have nothing else to say?
What? You're saying that you didn't like my Little John reference?
I just feel like we should talk more about the East Side Boys.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of credit.
Yeah. Well, it's just a different something to know about me. I was in Traverse City, Michigan this past weekend at a comedy festival there, the Traverse City Comedy Festival. Shout out to them. They're great. And I did a hip hop improv show
No shit.
while I was there. So I'm different now. I'm hip hop. I'm very hip hop now. And so yeah,
You're very hip hop.
I'm very hip hop.
The taco shows it.
Yeah, I thank you. No, it was when I got into this festival, there's like, some festivals will send you like an email that's like, what are the things you might be interested in doing, right? It's
Yeah.
like a roast, a dirty show, a clean show, whatever. And one was like a game show. It was like an improv game show. And I was like, oh yeah, like that would be fun. Like I've done things like that a little bit here and there with like, I've done Landry Miller's like
Saving Throw.
Yeah. And just like kind of some fun stand up, but like improv-y type stuff. And I'm like, sure, game show, cool. Check that down for me. And then I saw the poster for the show I was on, and it said hip prov.
That's how you found out?
And one of the people on the poster was a beatboxer.
Oh, shit.
And I got shaken to my core. I was truly terrified. And I was the least hip hop looking person on the show.
No.
If you can believe it. This
I know.
Looks pretty hip hop, but everyone else looked more hip hop than me.
It's like when I go to a Curves.
And it was so fun, though. It was so fun. The woman who runs it is so great. And like when I went on stage, I was wearing my jumpsuit, and she said, "You look like Missy Elliott's life coach." And I was like, "That's so accurate. Like that's what I'm trying to do. That's the vibe I'm trying to bring." I rapped. I freestyle rap. Well.
Did you put your name down, flip it, and reverse it?
No, there was no flipping or reversing.
It
was a lot of just kind of me talking. I did my own thing. Like there was a beat, but I said I don't need that. It's sort of like when I drive. Yeah, I don't need to follow the beat or be on the beat. You know, why don't I just kind of go beat adjacent? You know, like beat in the same sort of
beat adjacent.
Yeah, like what if I go beat adjacent? And that's what I did. So that was
beat adjacent is also a category on Grindr.
All the sides are
all
doing
the sides
it.
are beat adjacent. Beat adjacent is what we're gonna call this episode.
Yeah. Beat adjacent.
Beat adjacent.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So
beat adjacent with Shawna Blake.
Thank you for bringing up Little John and allowing me to talk about the East Side Boys because
You're welcome.
that is really kind of who I am now. Is a hip hop lady, hip hop gal. You know.
Do I have hip hop right now? Like, what was it? No, that's not one.
Yeah, that's hip hop enough for me.
Yeah, that's hip hop. We can do that. I need to get some new ones. I have a whole bunch of new ones, but I don't know what all of them do. Like this one.
Yeah.
A little bit of the bubbly.
I love that one.
That's fun.
I love that one.
That's fun. Yeah.
That was an improv from a wrestler where he won the world title and he was just like, they put a camera on him. He's like all heated after a match, has the title on him, just spent.
Yeah.
And there's catering behind him. They're like, you just won the world title. And he's like, I'm going to do this. And he looks over and there's a bottle of champagne on the cater. He's like, ooh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
And it becomes this fucking meme.
That's great.
And ringtones. I have that as a ringtone. And like, I love it.
Yeah.
Just this natural.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's so funny.
And I just love it.
Yeah.
I love that natural just,
excitement is there. Yeah.
Like even behind you, there's an action figure in the wrestling section. That's a champagne bottle. That's him.
Oh, that's fun.
Like it's.
That's my favorite wrestler is one that drinks champagne.
He actually has his own champagne for it, and it's called A Little Bit of the Bubble. You can buy the actual champagne now.
Well, I don't know that I will, but
yeah, it'll probably,
I'll consider it.
Tastes like piss, but
I don't want that.
Me either. I'm not in that category on Grindr.
Sure.
Yet.
We're going to keep narrowing down the things that you're not involved in. We're going to figure out which ones you are.
Wait till you see my outro.
We're not ready.
No, neither is YouTube.
This will be flagged. This will be taken down.
Yeah, we're going to have to open up a Patreon just for this episode.
Do you really want to hear? Do you want to see? Yeah.
Is it okay if your episode's behind a paywall?
That's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd love to be behind a paywall.
The one
build
wall
that
built.
paywall. Wait, no.
The one wall is built.
That's not.
No.
I'm hip hop. I'm not that.
It's like Boyd was like, "Do you think Kanye's gonna run again?" I was like, "Well, if he does, he's gonna be the one candidate that can actually physically run, like a lap,
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
or down a staircase of a plane
Sure.
without toilet paper."
Sure.
There was that picture. That was great.
Yeah.
The toilet paper on the Trump. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's a great pick.
Great pick.
Yeah. I think last week's episode, I just put a GIF in there of Trump jerking off ghost sticks.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
what you want.
my rant on my first episode of this season was talking about bumper stickers, how I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
But the only ones I like are the Trump bumper stickers, because then I can tell who to stay away from.
Oh yeah, that's helpful.
And I also have this fascination because I see a whole variety of years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's Trump 2022, 23, 24, 20. It's like they're just
Yeah.
guessing.
All the years. We don't know when the election is, but we just want to make sure that we cover all our bases, which, in a way, that's very thorough.
Yeah.
Feels
My
good.
my end thought was basically they're also just picking the number of times he's in court.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make fun of Trump people. It's not like I'm making fun of Swifties. That was last episode.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
brave of
yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's brave.
I'm brave.
Yeah.
Taylor Story.
It's very brave.
The fuck they gonna do? Attack my 62 viewers?
They might. You don't know. You don't know what they're capable of.
That's true.
They're masterminds.
That was my problem. Is like I love Taylor Swift. I actually think she's very awesome. I think I respect her. I think she's a generational talent, kind of like the Beatles or like Elvis or something like that. Even though Elvis stole black culture,
Sure.
I still think she's a generational talent.
Yeah.
That being said, I hate the mob mentality behind the Swifties of how much power and influence they have to just crush whatever that doesn't agree with them.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of dangerous.
See that?
And that's kind of scary to me.
What I love about them the most.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I feel like if you can't band together to crush your enemies, what are we even doing? You know?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
I just feel like it's like that fucking I feel like Swifties are like that fucking 2024 version of like that anonymous guy in the V for Vendetta mask. That was just hacking people randomly.
Yeah.
That's just what Swifties are now. Just with shittier music. Oh,
Wow. Shots
oh.
fired. Shots fired. You are not going to be a part of the poets department. You're not invited to the department meeting.
Good thing the Poet Society's dead. Just like Robin Williams. Wow. I know. Wow. Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot. That's
a lot to unpack right here, right?
Yes, but will we, or will we just kind of leave it in the
Today's episode
suitcase?
is sponsored by marijuana.
Just put it back. I'm over here drinking Celsius. I mean, should I say that?
Greetings. And Wakanda forever. Yeah, it's just me. It's Jared Ralphie Allen. Before you get all mad, it's not appropriation. It was on clearance. Hold on, one second. Well, this is awkward. What do you want me to do? Screw it. March 15th, Go Theater, 7 p.m. doors open, 8 p.m. show. We have an awesome lineup for the next Unloading Meat Presents. Lacey Rains, Mauricio Flores, Juju Rashad, and headlining will be Garrett Barbie. You don't want to miss this event. Tickets go on sale this weekend. God, when did this what was on sale? Did he die in this thing? Jesus.
I'm sorry, you got so much meat in your body. You're nerdy, your tattoos make you look fugly. You silly.
Like one day I was like, "Ooh, I've had too much caffeine today." Because like I did like a pre-workout before I went to work out. It's like 200 milligrams of caffeine, and then I drank like an espresso from Starbucks, like one of those venti, like 5 shots, and then I had like an energy drink.
Damn,
within
girl.
the same like 5-hour window, and I was like, this is probably not healthy for me, but like I don't get that jittery, wired up, like vibrating feeling.
Because you're different.
I'm different because I'm so hip hop. I think is probably it. It's sort of
You get that cred.
yeah, it just sort of like keeps me centered and keeps
flows
me calm.
through you. The flow flows through you.
It does. Some people would not describe what I do as flow, but I would say it is.
I mean, flow can be progressive though. That's an insurance commercial.
So upset.
That's
Upset by this.
Affleck.
So upset.
Come on, that flow progressive line was gold.
I refuse to acknowledge that. I refuse to acknowledge it.
Just like your child on the Maury Povich episode.
That's right.
Yeah. This
That's
DNA
right.
test does not mean
It doesn't.
mean shit.
I live my own reality.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm beat adjacent. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm having such a great time on this episode. This is
I'm
fun.
glad. Me too.
You having fun?
I'm having fun.
So 10 years in the business.
Yeah.
You just got
10
back from
years.
the comedy festival in Michigan.
I did.
That was fun. You rapped a little bit.
Super fun. Did some rapping. Did some. There was a show that I was on there called the Comedy Rumble, which was super fun. It was 30 comedians, 90 seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it was just like, it was so fun because it was like this big theater, and it was like 275, 300 seat theater. They sold it out. Michigan loves the Rumble.
Yeah.
And like, we would like lined up shotgun style in the back, and just like you walk out, and there's like these two men who are like opening the curtains, and so you just like walk on stage, your clock starts, you do 90 seconds, you walk off, and it's just like the next person.
Damn.
It's so stressful. I was like I felt the most insane I've ever felt before going on stage, I think, like doing that, because I was like, this is 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Like that's so fast to be like,
you gotta be on.
this is who I am. Yeah. And like it was crazy. It was fun.
How'd you do? Like, do you think you did well?
I think I did well. Yeah, I got laughs. It was a competition show, so they put 4 people forward to the net and did 90 more seconds, and then they crowned a winner. That was not me, but I want to recount. No, it was super fun. Like it was one of those things. It was helpful because I was like, here's what I could do. Like just trying to figure out your jokes when you have like all these different ones, and you're like, what is my 90 seconds that I want to do, and like taking a joke that I would tell in. If I'm doing 45 minutes, I'm going to tell that in like it's going to take me 90 seconds to tell that joke. But if I have 90 seconds, I could do it in 12. Like if I had to like cut it down. Which was a fun little like writing exercise to kind of like take a joke and shrink it. I'm like, okay, that's normally takes me 20 seconds. It could take me 12 if I like took some words out. And
so are you also, I mean, I think in this day and age, every comedian that's wanting to make it or wanting to get bigger should have a pocket one be ready for Kill Tony. Like, are you trying to think about going down there sometime or anything? I before the end of the year, I want to try.
Yeah.
I want to go down there.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I've never had that on my list of like, I really want to do that. I don't really watch it, but I know what it is, right? It's like a minute and then they roast you basically.
Yeah, if you do good or bad, but like it can make her, it's to me, in my opinion, it's the closest that we have in this day and age to back in the day, Johnny Carson. I don't know if used to have comedians on there, and if you were good, if Johnny liked you, he would invite you over to the couch to talk to you afterwards, and that meant you were made. Like if Johnny said you were good, you were suddenly selling out everywhere. Just that one thing made you. And Kill Tony's kind of that point now where if you do a good minute there, suddenly you're a headliner.
Wow.
Like there's people like Hans Kim who was homeless a year ago living in his car. He did a minute and all of a sudden he's selling out and opening for Joe Rogan.
Wow.
And like Aaron Benile or what's his name? He's going to be at Bricktown this month. Aaron Belial, I think his last name is. He has a condition where he basically does his whole set through his phone. He can't speak himself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah.
But he was on America's Got Talent and Kill Tony, and now he's selling his own shows.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
It's one of those things, like now they're doing Madison Square Garden this year, and like they're selling out the HEB Arena with a podcast.
That's crazy.
And it's one of those things where if you can do a good minute there, you're made.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to be able to like just go down there in Austin. Plus, Austin's just huge now.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much to do. Even if you don't get picked, there's still like 30 shows that night.
Right. Every year I go for my work to a conference, and it's usually in the central part of the state. And I would say the last several years I've been pretty good about like getting a show almost every night of the week that I'm there, like in just different places like Wisconsin, Michigan, like wherever I'm at. St. Louis, I think was last year. And so like, it's just so helpful to be able to like get up in different places just to see how it works there, how you work there. Like that's so helpful.
Yeah. Like, and you inspired me. Like people like you that are out there doing it really inspired me. Cause like, yes, like you've heard me off camera talk about like, the things I'm building with the spotlight and the shows I'm doing here. That's my base.
Right.
That's where I want to build this hub, and I want to help Gene with the theater. And when I come back, I want to be able to have these shows and like, this is help spotlight and everything. But I'm also working on my own stand-up career, my own podcast. And like, that's going to be me doing on these road shows with the podcast that I'm working with the AEW guy.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to be able to do both. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have an ego about this stuff, but it's just like, if there's people that are like, I don't know, just are not doing the same level of work or not doing that kind of stuff, or bitching, I just don't have the time for it.
Sure.
I just move on.
Sure.
I just kind of
Yeah. Well, I think I love performing in Tulsa.
Yeah,
I love
me too.
it. But I certainly want to try to travel more this year. And I think so far I've been doing that. And I am trying to continue doing that because I first of all, just to travel more, like just to be on the, be out there in the world and see new stuff and meet new people and like comics from other scenes and stuff like that. It's so fun.
But I'm saying if my base is here, I'm going to have to build it for it to grow because there's
100%.
nothing here. And so I got the stuff and the ability to do it. I'm going to try.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, another thing too is like I like going out in the world too because sometimes I'll meet people and they're like, "Where are you from?" Because like I mean, I was the most comics in the festival were not from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
No, I was the only one. I'm like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And one guy was like, "Yeah, you can really hear your accent more on stage than interpersonally." I was like, "Thank you." I don't know. I think I turned it up because I was nervous during the rumble. I was like, ah. But I think it's kind of fun too to be like, yeah, I'm from Tulsa. Yeah, there's a scene, and like talk to people and be like, Tulsa is a thing.
Well, that's what I was going to get at is like what you're doing there, and what I want Tiffany to do whenever I go on these shows is the second approach is what I want to say. It's a twofold approach. Like I want to be able to build a base, but also like going out there outside of Tulsa, like Dakota and them, and like people that are going outside, Zach and Garrett and David, they're doing their tour.
Yeah.
Like I'm props to them. Like they're getting out, they're doing their work. I love that. I'm so great, like proud of them.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you and people doing that. Like that's inspiring.
Thank you.
And
that's awesome.
that gets the name of Tulsa out too.
Yeah.
And that brings eyes to Tulsa. And then when they get here, I'm also trying to say like, hey, there's something here now.
Right.
And between Bricktown opening, Looney Bins remodeled with Mason and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like comedy's kind of getting taken seriously now here. So you enjoyed the taco?
Yes, I'm loving it. I love tacos in all forms.
I like to say it's the one taco. It has hearts on it because it's like the one taco that will always still love me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happy.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
happy.
Happy taco.
I mean, happy taco is a good thing to have.
I agree.
Even from if you're a side. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, sure. Like, I think your taco's still involved, even if you're a siding. If you're like, I'm more of a rice and
You're
chips.
a rice?
Rice and chips is the side, but the taco's still there, you know? It's a platter.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Me either.
I feel good about it.
Boyd was talking about taco. He's like, what's this brown thing? I was like, well, that's the labia majora. And that's
that's nice. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad someone knows. I don't even know.
That's about all the things that men know about vaginas, pretty much.
Sure.
They're
Some
just
women. I don't know.
like you pee out of your butts. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
I
how it
think
works.
so.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
That's pretty much all they tell us in sex ed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. When I not to brag, but I'm about to brag. I was a PSI leader in high school.
Ooh.
And maybe you're wondering, what is PSI?
Physical sex, or what is it?
Great guess.
Okay.
But it's postponing sexual involvement. I was a leader. And some would say I still am, you know? I'm very good at postponing sexual involvement.
So my mind immediately goes to, that's a big fancy acronym for just saying that you like to edge people.
I've been edging people since 2007, baby.
You fucking edgelord.
I am an edgelord.
You're an edge cum lord.
That's right. That's who I am. I consent to being that. That's a thumbs up.
You heard it on camera, everybody.
Thumbs up for consent to edging everybody. I'm an edger. That's so edgy. That's
You're
me.
so edgy.
That's me. People say, "You're really? I've heard your set. It doesn't seem like it's that." Well, it's not about my set.
I know.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. You know.
Like you didn't see outside that the show was sponsored by Z104.5?
That's right.
The Edge?
I think they should sponsor me.
Yeah.
I should sponsor them. They should sponsor me. I don't know.
Or at least, date the guitarist from the U2.
Yeah, there you go.
His name's The Edge.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I was gonna agree with you, not even knowing that.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, guitarist, cool. Let's date him.
That joke
I
may have
don't
been
know.
over the edge. I smile because I'm trying not to cry inside.
I'm gonna cry on the outside in a second.
Don't cry on my
I'm gonna start crying.
Don't
on
cry
this
on my taco.
I'm gonna cry on this taco.
It's already stained slightly.
From what?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna ask about it. I'm not gonna ask about it. I don't know about stains. 'Cause
The
I'm just
guests that
edging.
we've had.
Yeah, I'm
You've
just
met
edging.
trash.
I have met trash. I have met trash.
Which shout out tonight. This will be out after, but his crowd control shows tonight. I'm going out there tonight.
Oh, fun. Yeah, that's great.
I found out I'm like last minute gonna be a judge.
Oh, hell yeah.
I guess Missy called in sick and was like, "We need a judge." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, yeah. Judge it up. That's the only time I've ever done a roast battle, which we've talked about. I'm like, I'm not a roaster. the only time I've been involved in any kind of roast thing was being a judge. I'm like, that's a role I can play.
Yeah.
Like where I can say things to you, but you can't say things to me. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shawna Blake, and this podcast is not brought to you by Celsius. We do not want you to live fit here. We do not want you to have a grape rush or any kind of rush. We want you, honestly, to feel so tired. That's because if we were sponsored by Celsius, then you would be fit and you would have essential energy and you'd have metabolism. But because we're not, I hope that none of your food digests.
God. I was just going to say, or you have ADHD and caffeine doesn't work on you.
Yeah. I hear that too.
Celsius.
Yeah, I hear that as well.
Because again, I want to work with people that are also like helping
Yeah.
everybody. And
Yeah.
like, if you're not an asshole, you're funny,
Yeah.
and you're just trying to genuinely just make this scene better.
Yeah.
And doing the work, I want to have
Yeah.
you here.
Right.
That's it. That's the
Right.
only threshold I have.
Right.
I don't care if you've been in here for 6 years, 10 years,
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
Because I've talked on this show when I first started it, I had some people in the scene that were like, "Oh, you shouldn't have so and so on this show because they've only been in the scene for 2 months. You need to have this person on the show because they've been there for 6 years."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Well, what have they done in that 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
Also, are they an asshole?
Right.
Is it going to be a good conversation?
Right.
Like that's
Yeah.
that, I don't need any other criteria. I
Yeah.
want to focus on what's good.
Well, I don't think that it's years that you've been doing it as so much as stage time.
Yes.
That's something that I heard actually this past weekend, like going to panels. So that the festival I was at had a bunch of like workshop panels that I went to, and like that's what somebody said on one of them, and I was like, that is so true. It's like it's not how many years you've been doing it; it's how much you've like been working at it and doing stage
Experience,
time.
not tenure.
Yeah, yeah. And I would say like over the course of doing this for almost 10 years now, like I've certainly gone through like little waves, you know, where I was doing it more, doing it less, you know, just like for different reasons, just like the stage time availability or just my own personal kind of like life stuff.
Yeah.
Where I was living, you know, like I've only lived in Tulsa for 4 years now, or almost 4 years. So that's helped a lot, like being in a city. Because before that, I was in rural Oklahoma. So I was driving. I was driving at least a couple hours.
When you say rural Oklahoma, what town was that?
It was Redland, Oklahoma, was where I was living. Well, I guess when I was...
Where is that at? Redland?
That's where I grew up. That's in Sequoia County. It's like southeast Oklahoma.
Okay.
It's like by the Arkansas border. So that's where I grew up. I think when I started doing stand-up, I was splitting. I lived in Tahlequah and I lived in Pensacola.
Oh.
So like there's nothing, you've got to travel at least a couple hours. But when I started, I could go like 2 hours to Tulsa, 2 hours to Northwest Arkansas. So I was kind of doing both areas. So that was kind of cool in a way. Like I didn't have like a specific spot. It was like split between two areas.
Yeah.
But it was a drive to do any stage time. And now, you know, being in Tulsa, it's a lot, you know, easier to get up, you know.
Because that's also like, you know, what I was getting at too is like, you know, I'm sure you noticed here, you drove from here to Bartlesville. Like it's a drive for me. I drive it 2-3 times a week.
Right.
And so I take it very seriously. And like, I want to make sure these mics count. And like, there's 2 times where I've had like shows where they piss me off enough to where it set me on a path to change things.
Yeah.
Ironically, the name will be bleeped, but like, you know, the did where we got paid $15.
Sure.
Pissed me off.
Sure.
Because we found out things about that.
Sure.
That set me on the path to doing the first Unloading Meat show, and I paid everybody like $40, and I was like, I want to make sure everybody gets paid a different threshold, you know, but paid a different level. Like I want to pay my talent well.
Yeah.
I paid you guys in advance.
Yeah.
Like I just want to do something better, and like I just, not that I am against paying my dues or anything like that. It's just if I'm driving an hour and a half, I can't do it for $15 every time.
Right. Especially if you are like, if you know that you're getting paid and like you're taking it as a paid show, that's different than taking it as a opportunity or an open mic.
But and also there's a thing too, like open mics I know it's free. I understand that. Like but like also the thing of like I hate the things happening behind the scenes when you already get there. Like if you go there, like there's been 2 times last like in December that caused me to change and redo these Unloading Meat shows. Yeah. Where I get there and it was supposed to be paying $50 and I get there and found out the host had a secret tab and nobody got paid.
Yeah.
And I just drove an hour and a half.
Right.
And I was fucked. And I was like,
Right.
cool, that was going to be my gas money to get back.
Right.
And that's cool. Everybody else got free beers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit where I'm like, I don't want to run shows like that. I just
Right.
want to set a different standard. I want to kind of build a culture that's a little bit better than that.
Right.
And I don't know, like, I have nothing against free shows or anything like that. It's just like, I want to be able to pay people.
Sure.
And I want to be able to draw a crowd.
I think that's a
and
good goal.
We're back. And it's time for a
yes.
special segment I like to call Guest Questions.
Guess questions.
Yeah. So
We only ask questions in the dark.
Mhm.
I like that. I like
Hey,
that
I made
vibe.
sure it was consensual this time.
Yeah.
Okay, this whole episode's about consensual.
Yes. I'm glad.
Consensual edging?
Yeah.
We'll call it
Yeah.
that.
Consensual edgelords.
Edgelords, yeah.
Beat adjacent.
Beat adjacent.
Consensual edgelords. That's what I'm bringing to the table.
Consensual beat adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Question.
Question number 1.
Question number 1. If you could take, this is a 2-part question.
Okay.
First of all, if you could take any animal that's little and blow it up to where you could ride around on it, what animal would that be and why?
Ooh.
Second half of this question, spoiler alert, is what large animal that is too big to like fit in your house to be a pet would you shrink down to make to where you could have it as a pet?
Okay, that one I got to answer first. It's a giraffe.
A giraffe.
Like a little
Yeah.
like a pocket-sized giraffe would be adorable.
Yeah.
Like
that's
that
a
would
great
just,
choice.
just running around with that tall neck and just like falling over.
Yeah.
You're fucking stupid.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because like the equilibrium would be off and stuff
Yeah.
and everything too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be so funny.
yeah. Small to big that I could ride around on.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about Grinder.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That was not my intention with the question. But once I've asked the question, it now lives in a space that I don't control.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna say bears.
Because do you want to blow them up more?
No.
I feel like you could
They're already
already
terrifying.
ride around on them,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, like what's the
koala.
energy? Koala.
Uh,
That'd be cute.
if I had to pick
Yeah.
a
and
small
you
animal to
do.
make big, and
you
I have
do
to ride it.
legally have to pick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Armadillo.
Okay.
Can you
I like
imagine
that.
riding that on there like a
I
tank?
like it. That's what I was thinking. It's like a tank, like
Yeah.
as it has all that armor.
Plus, they can jump really, really high. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
They can jump straight up
did
like
not know
a
that.
lot.
Didn't see because I was thinking the only right answers would be like dragonfly, ladybug, so you could fly around.
Yeah.
But if you can jump really high, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, like they can jump like 2 feet straight in the air.
That's nice.
Yeah. I noticed that. I found that out once because like when I was like 16, there was just, it was not me. I'm not condoning, PETA don't come after me. I'm not condoning animal cruelty. I'm just saying what happened.
Yeah.
There was a dude that we were hanging out in this parking lot and an armadillo got under his car and it wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
So he just pulled out his paintball gun from his trunk and just shot underneath his trunk or his car.
Yeah.
And the armadillo just like took off against the parking lot and had like these little blue paintballs on it. And
Yeah.
he shot it. And every time it hit, it would just go boing
Whoa.
and jump straight up in the air like a fucking,
That's
it
wild.
was crazy. Like a pogo stick. It was
That's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea
Yeah.
that armadillos could jump.
Me either.
That's unlocked kind of a new fear for
Yeah.
me because like if I see an armadillo, I'm like they're cute. Like sometimes when I go to stay with my parents' house, which is like out in rural Oklahoma,
Yeah.
in Redland, Oklahoma, it's all dirt roads. Like it's open space. Like there's no grocery stores or anything. And I'll let my dog, who's a tiny French bulldog, Special Agent Aaron Hotchner.
Nice.
Shout out to him. I will have
Shout
to tell him. shout out. He's watching this. I do tell him. I do tell him every time I tell jokes about him on stage, I'll come home and I'll be like, I spread your message for the people. And he really appreciates that.
He replies with wolf.
Yeah. No, he usually just looks at me and walks away. But
He's French.
exactly. He's rude.
Oh, baguette.
Yeah, exactly. But armadillos live out there. They thrive. And he'll go outside and like try to follow him around. And now I'm like, what if they like jump up and land on him? Like now that's a new, like, what if he like body slams my dog? Because he's like smaller than them, about the same size as them, but he has no armor.
Yeah.
He's muscled, but he has no like armor. Like he's tough.
Yeah.
He's strong, but not like an armadillo.
He's strong.
Yeah, he's strong.
Just
Yeah,
like you different.
exactly. He's strong. I'm different. That's why we're a good match.
Well, did you have a question too?
I do.
Okay.
Question number 2 is, what is the worst piece of advice you have ever received?
I can answer that pretty quick.
Great.
When straight people tell me not to say faggot.
Oh, Okay.
Fucking love it.
Okay.
I've had people, white women, come
Yeah.
up to me and be like, hey, you kind of lost them when you said faggot. I wouldn't really say that word. It's not a great
Yeah.
word. I'm like, but I suck enough cock to where I'm okay with it. Like, it's kind of my word. Like,
Yeah.
and it kind of hit.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like their own preconceptions. Like, they had a problem with it. So
Right.
like, the whole crowd really had an idea with it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they really didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the worst advice.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because I'm bisexual. I say I'm a faggot timeshare. And that laugh
I
proves
it.
that it works, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Like,
good.
I can at least say being bisexual is at least half the time a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm going to start going into the mic again.
So question 3?
Question 3. I was kind of struggling to come up with a question 3, but I think I would like to know, who is your least favorite family member and why?
Oh, I can answer that. It'd be one of my oldest sister.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Why?
technically her husband.
Oh, okay.
We had a falling out years ago.
Yeah.
Right after 2020 and stuff. I kind of came out this other side of like after my divorce and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really have a filter. Like if you piss me off or if you say
Surely
something,
not. That can't be true.
I just don't. You noticed it last night. We're not gonna get into that. I'm being PC and nice.
I've seen it.
Alcohol was involved too. But I don't have this filter anymore. If something happens or something seems stupid to me, I'm just like, that's fucking stupid.
Sure.
That happened at Thanksgiving, as it is to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
That's the time that we come together to thank each other for being there
Yeah.
when we yell at each other.
It turned into this thing of like this like argument, and then like I just basically told him to shut the fuck up because he was just being loud, and
Yeah.
then it turned. I basically came out that thing,
Okay. Yeah.
and I always joke about it because as I was going into it, like going to run back in, and be like, "What if I was bi?"
Yeah.
Like a little like devil and angel popped up and was like, "Gay sounds better." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I was like, "What if I was gay?" And
Yeah.
because like they're bigots and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And for almost 3 years now, that side of the family hasn't talked to me.
Whoa.
They've completely cut me off.
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, it's that we just don't talk to them. And like
Yeah.
that my sister doesn't come to any family events.
Yeah.
She has done like the full victim thing of like, it's I'm the devil kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're very religious and PC, and
Right.
like they don't want their daughter to be around me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's that kind of shit.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, which is also funny because like this is getting real, but like the court case I'm having with the mom is also one of those religious like anti-vaxxer nut job Trump supporter of like full on crazy person, and she's the only member of my family that she'll let my daughter see right now is that sister because they get along because of those things.
Okay.
And they're both anti-me.
Okay. You're bringing people together.
Yeah.
To oppose you.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, fuck bigots. I fucking hate bigots.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry,
I
but
think I can.
my crowning
that.
this crowning, and this will be trimmed possibly. I don't care. I have nothing about if you have your own things about vaccines or anything like that.
Sure.
Your own body, your choice, all that stuff.
Sure.
Don't brag to me about your fucking shit about how much you made an inconvenience to your entire like this. So during the height of the vaccine and stuff, he was so anti-vax that he was the only member of his whole staff, sales staff, that would work from home. And when they had to have him come in to do paperwork, they had to evacuate the entire plant for him to come in, sign paperwork, and then they would quarantine it, and then they would let the people back in because he was the only anti-vaxxer employed at his company.
Wow.
And he would come around here and brag about, look at all these dipshits I made them do, leave their team and stuff. I'm like, you're bragging about this
crazy.
shit? And I'm just like, I just don't have respect for you. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
that kind of petty shit is just
Yeah.
like, it's, you
Yeah.
can see people's character. And I go by that. Like, I can just, your choices and the things you brag about really dictate whether I want to hang out with you or not. And I'm just like, in this day and age, if there's anyone like that, I'm just like, fuck them.
Yeah.
They're just not worth it. I don't know. We're kind of on this tangent.
That makes
Great
sense.
question 3.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like bad for for asking that question.
That's all right.
My second option was, who's your least favorite celebrity? I don't know why I'm going so negative because I don't have answers to these things. Like, I don't have anyone that I'm just like, I
Vince
hate
McMahon?
this person. Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Okay.
McMahon, especially after all the allegations that came out last week. Him like doing sex trafficking for an employee and like tossing this woman around between him and Brock Lesnar and a couple other people.
Wow.
And like apparently shitting on her chest and like doing all these like really toxic shit.
Yeah.
And there's like these power dynamics and stuff. And like over like the last like 25 years.
Yeah.
like really like shitty stuff of like there's things of like women coming out saying like if you didn't agree with the script stuff like that, he would bury you in live TV, like make you do like bra and panties matches and stuff like that.
Wow.
Just to publicly shame you and stuff like that because you didn't agree behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And all this stuff's coming out and like this is just ugh.
That's awful.
It's gross.
That's so gross.
Yeah. And then you remember that it came from the carnivals. Like it's all carnies.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling came from the strongman competitions and stuff in the 20s, and then it's all just ran by carnies.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
If you can't run the ring game, you're probably gonna get touched.
Yeah. God.
That's how I know the circus.
That goes right up there in my all-time favorite sayings. Just, it's better to have loved and lost. This too shall pass. If you're gonna run the ring game, you're gonna get touched. That's solid age-old wisdom.
To infinity and beyond. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here with the one and only Shawna Blake, and I think it's time for me to get to the chopping block. This is the segment of season 3 where I like to take one topic a week and really just tell you why it pisses me the fuck off. This week, dating apps. All of them. As many of you are probably unaware, this is single. Shocking, I know, right, Shawna? Jesus.
Shocked.
Ugh, two-time divorce champ. There's just an app for everybody. There's fucking Plenty of Fish. There's Tinder, eHarmony, OkCupid, Bumble, Badoo, Berquist. Okay, that last one was a pro skater, but you get what I'm saying. But then there's apps like Hinge with a tagline like the app that's meant to be deleted. I thought that was every dating app. Mm-hmm. Are they supposed to be fucking permanent? Am I missing something? Like, what makes them different? The amount of HPV in the fucking dating pool? Or you can be like a single dad like me and you get recommended dating apps called Stir. Have you heard of Stir?
I have not.
Stir is a dating app for single parents. I get targeted ads nonstop for Stir. And it's just like fathers and moms, like, trying to get their kids in the car seat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And basically it's just saying like, hey, you have kids? You want to combine EBT benefits? Oh, girl, you got WIC? You dirty. You fancy.
I'm going to dip my wick in that. That's what I would say.
Seems like these apps are getting more and more specific. Like I expect like in 6 months, we're going to get one for like people that have survived sexual assault. We're going to get a dating app and it's just going to be called Hush.
Oh, God.
And you're going to only be able to swipe right if you trauma bond. I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. And what I'm saying is...
Did we just trauma bond just now?
And that's why I fucking hate apps, guys. Shawna, thank you so much for being here. This is an amazing time. Where can everybody follow you and find you if they want to book the great Shawna Blake?
Yeah, that's great information for you all to have. You can you can follow me on Instagram at Shawna Blake Comedy, SHAWNA, Shawna Blake Comedy. ShawnaBlake.com is my website where it's my hub of all the stuff. You can email me, you can DM me, all those things to book me. So Instagram, my website are the two I would say to go to first on stalking me digitally. Yeah.
Well, I just got to say thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's fun.
I'm so glad I finally got you on the couch. We've been trying for this one since last season to try and get it going. Since the show we were on.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Back in like June or July or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for everybody that comes out here. Thank you for coming out here. You're generally one of the funniest people I've seen in the scene and also one of the nicest people.
Thank you.
So I'm very grateful to have you here. And thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
I'm loading the meat.